San Francisco is struggling to find places to put all the homeless people it is clearing from encampments. The city has about 4,000 shelter beds and an estimated 8,000 people on the streets. And that's not including people living in their cars or RVs, like the 24 or so that were parked along Winston Road near the Stonestown Galleria, you see. So this is what it looked like before the start of this month. And this is Winston Drive, just after the city told people they would start ticketing vehicles, almost completely cleared out. But the RV campers didn't just disappear. Instead, they moved a few blocks over near the San Francisco Zoo. But the city says they can't stay there either. So where are they supposed to go? Many of the people living there are families with young children who tell our Max Darrow that all they can do is live one day at a time.
Evidence of a community remains on Winston Drive. The necessities, the simple joys, the vices, the good, the bad, and everything in between, it's all here. But the community is gone. At the beginning of the month, the city started enforcing the 4-hour parking limit on Winston Drive. The move was a long time coming, not out of the blue, but it meant people who lived in the RVs along the road, many of them families from Central America, had no choice but to find somewhere else to go. And for most of them, life hasn't been sweet.
So a lot of the people who left the Winston Drive community have since relocated here, just about a mile or so away, but they know they can't stay for long.
Juan Carlos Madrid, his dog Estrella, and his family are among the people who now live on Zoo Road.
Este es el lugar donde nosotros vivimos con la familia.
Prior to the pandemic, this wasn't his reality. He came here from Honduras 23 years ago. He lived in Daly City, had an apartment, a steady construction job. Life was normal. But that all changed with COVID, and his family ended up on Winston Drive.
So nosotros estamos, ya vamos como para 5 años hasta ahorita que los quitaron en la Winston.
He knows living in an RV isn't a long-term solution, but says it'll work until it doesn't.
Aquí vivimos el día al día.
And this day was not an easy one. SFMTA officers were on Zoo Road on Tuesday. The agency says they're doing outreach and parking enforcement. But it was difficult for Eusebia Rosales to watch this unfold just days after she and her family also left Winston.
No sé cómo decir. No sé para dónde podemos salir.
She and her family came here from El Salvador about a year ago, hoping for a better life away from gang violence, where she could work and help support her family. She had a job, but an injury has since prevented her from working. At one point, her family had an apartment, but not anymore. And the little money that she does have goes towards taking care of her family.
Pensando en muchas cosas. Pero hoy vamos adelante.
A spokesperson for the mayor's office says outreach teams have done extensive work with the families formerly on Winston and have offered them alternatives to parking on the street. 23 families recently were moved out of their vehicles and successfully housed. The mayor's office says that work will continue alongside parking enforcement.
Well, they need to find a site where people can park safely.
Jessica Hernandez is with the Coalition on Homelessness. She and her team have worked with this community for years. She says getting people into stable housing situations isn't always simple.
Not a lot of people qualify for housing. The other families who qualify for something was only for the deposit and the first month's worth of rent.
She says moving these families around is not a solution. A designated parking lot alone isn't a solution either. But she says it will help bridge the gap as they work towards long-term solutions.
Like, we know that there's like a lot of empty lots around the city, and we just need a yes from one of them. We just need a safe parking site where they can park in the meantime while they find other solutions that are more permanent.
Juan Carlos would like to see a designated place where they can park and live, for now at least, without worrying if they'll be forced out.
No somos una comunidad que damos problemas. O que solo porque estemos aquí quiere decir que somos unas personas malas. Nosotros no somos personas malas.
On the contrary, he says, the majority of the people who live in these RVs are families just looking for a better life.
Mi sueño, la verdad, solo es estar bien en la vida con mis hijos. Yo no pido nada, solo tener una vida normal. Tener su apartamento, que no le falle la comida a los niños, su vestimento. Es el sueño americano nomás.
One he was on the way to achieving. But life forced a detour, and a sense of stability will help get him back on course.
This, of course, is a complex issue, and a neighboring nonprofit has voiced concerns about the RVs being parked on Zoo Drive. The CEO of Pomeroy Rehabilitation and Recreation Center says he's worried about the RVs blocking access for his clients, many who have disabilities.
There had been some previous discussion about using this as a location and other property around the zoo as a location to move the people from Winston, but there was no warning, it just happened. And it's not the fault of the people in the RVs. This is not a safe final solution. It cannot be. It's not safe for them, it's not safe for the people who use the center.
So Mayor London Breed agrees the RVs should not stay on Zoo Road. Her office says it's actively working on next steps. In the meantime, SFMTA does allow for people living in their vehicles to have one parking violation waived. There are also discounts and community service options for people who cannot pay citations.